Superchargers. What are they? How do they work? How do you use them? How do you get them? We're going to go over every single thing to do with Superchargers in Fortnite Save the World. Hello, I'm Cammy G, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World Guides. So, I had a request in our stream, by the way, if you want to check out the stream, to go over Superchargers. So, these are rewards that you can get from ventures. That's the only way you can get them, and there are 4 different types. So as you can see here, we've got a hero supercharger, a survivor supercharger, trap supercharger, and weapon supercharger. And the basics of the superchargers is to get items, schematics, heroes, whatever it is you're using it on, to get from power level 130 to 144. So this is how you can get to power level 145 in the game. So if you don't use any superchargers and you get everything perfectly matched up in your survivor squads, for example, you'll be at power level 131, and then you can use superchargers to get even higher. And you can get your weapons to 144, your traps to 144, and your heroes to 144. So yeah, there's a few different questions around it, I suppose. So how do you get them is the first thing. So you get these, literally the only place you can get them is in ventures as the rewards. So if we go to the map, go to ventures, at the top you can see level 55, and the next level, 56, it shows the reward being Eye of the Storm. So when you start level 1, as you level up, you will get more and more rewards. So some are just, small things like Pure Drops of Rain, some reperk, whatever. And then like every 5 to 10 levels, you will get some really nice rewards. So over the entire course of 1 season of Ventures, you can get 15 Survivor Superchargers, 3 hero superchargers, 2 trap, and 2 weapon superchargers. Yeah, that's basically how you get them. Now, the specific levels, I have a video for that if you want to check that out, what you get for every level in Ventures, if you want to check precisely what level you need to get to. But the last one you will get will be at level 50 for Ventures, and then after that it's just repeating like evolution material and perk up and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how you get them. And then we've gone over what they're used for. So to get stuff from 130 to 144, I guess the question you might have is, why would you want to do that? So for, I guess, the most important one, the survivor one, your survivor squads are the core fundamental reason for your power level at the top left. And this controls your health, your shield, your damage output with weapons, your damage output with traps, your ability damage, your ability to regen your shield. All of that stuff is directly linked to your survivor squads. So at power level 131, you are base game maximum. So you can do the maximum amount of damage, maximum amount of health, all that stuff. But if you get superchargers, you can get every single one of these survivors to level 60 as opposed to level 50. So as you can see, this one here is level 60 out of 60. I've prioritized the leaders first and the mythics, and then the regular survivors are level 50 because they haven't been supercharged yet. So if I just go in and, wrong thing, upgrade inspect, if I go to promote, you can see at the bottom right that this is going to use a survivor supercharger and then obviously some XP and whatnot, the survivor manuals. If you get enough survivor superchargers to get everything to maximum level 60, you will then be power level 145. So what does this do for you? It pretty much has about a 10% increase to things. So you'll get 10% extra health, 10% extra shield, 10% extra tap damage, and 10% extra ability damage. That's basically what happens when you use your superchargers on your survivors, which is the most important thing. Especially stuff like trap damage and ability damage are very, very important. So targeting those offense squads and tech squads would be the most important thing to go about it. But yeah, that's what they used for with regards to there. Now we'll go to heroes next. So for your heroes, the same thing applies. They are 130 as base maximum, and then hero superchargers, you can get them up to 144. So the way the superchargers work is when you use it on a 130, no matter which thing it is, you will see at the top right, it goes up to 133. And then it goes to 136, 139, 142, as you can see here with Jilly Teacup, and then finally to 144. Why it goes to 144 and not 145, I'm not entirely sure. It's probably to do with the fact that there are a few mythic base survivors and they had to balance around that for survivor squads, something like that. But yeah, that's the reason for that. So with heroes, as you can see, if I go to do this, on the left, you can see what's going to increase. So when you supercharge heroes, you'll get more health, shield regen rate, and then your ability damage will go up as well. So the main thing, honestly, that's important here is the ability damage. So 18.5 is going up to 19. So once again, comparing it to a 130, it's generally going to get a 10% boost, which is very nice. So to health, shield, and ability damage. So you're going to want to target heroes that are very ability damage driven. So, you know, Outlanders, soldiers, maybe some ninjas. Constructors don't really benefit as much unless you've got a going constructor build, I suppose, but that's already super powerful anyway. So, you know, any hero that you're going to use in pretty much any squad, you know, in support is good to target, and then any that you use a lot as commanders would be good to target first, and then go from there, basically. So that's the heroes. Then we have weapons and traps. So with weapons and traps, the only thing that really increases as you supercharge is the damage, and then for traps you also get a bit of impact. So if I, for example, go to promote this ice trap, you can see that, well, you can't actually see anything increase. Well, it doesn't have an impact. Maybe I'll be better off doing it on a tire drop trap, which I don't actually have because I've already maxed it out. Yes. Can we actually use a supercharger when it's here? Probably not. Yeah, I probably should have had one ready, but maybe if we just look at this one, for example, for now. Not modify perks. Promote. So the damage goes up and the critical hit damage goes up. Now, if this had impact, I don't think it's every single trap that has impact, but it does increase the impact. Maybe if we do it on something like this, promote, you can see the impact increases. So damage and impact are what increases for traps, which is very useful. But when it comes to something like endurance, the more important thing is the durability anyway. But as you can see, I've gone for the broadside and ceiling drop trap first because they are damage and impact heavy traps. So I thought that was the most important one to go for. Then with weapons, pretty much the only thing you're going to increase is damage. So there's impact there as well, but impact isn't really a huge thing on, you know, the regular weapons, apart from maybe double barrel shotguns. But you're going to get the damage, headshot damage increase on those if you supercharge them. So that covers what the superchargers do. So they increase, different things on the different types of weapon, survivor, hero. So hopefully that helps out with any of that. Now, the only other thing to say really is that for specifically going from power level 131 to 145, I believe it takes 3 years of ventures back to back getting every single survivor supercharger. So it is a grind, but you know, if that's your goal, which is my goal at the moment on my main account and the alt account, I suppose, is to get to that super high power level. You know, it's a lot of people's goals with this. So yeah, that might be what you're aiming towards. But that hopefully answers everything you have about the superchargers. If you have any more questions or if there's any more information you have that I haven't given, please do put them in the comments, as that will help other people out, of course. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you did find it useful. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, of course, for future guide videos and for our streams. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video or stream.